Hello everybody, it's your old pal Tuna and welcome back to another video. Now today we are going to do something a little bit different. Today we're going to get out of the house. I know, believe it or not, I do sometimes leave the house. As much as I love doing art and doing my job, I've been feeling quite stale lately, and the remedy to that for me is going out and having some adventures, so this is the result of that. We're going to take a field trip to the Bladel Conservatory, which is like this indoor plant bird sanctuary here in Vancouver. We are also going to hit up the Bunny Cafe for the first time. Spoilers, it is so cute. It is life-changingly cute. And if you keep watching till the end, there are plenty more surprises. I promise there's gonna be a little bit of art in there too, so I'm calling this a studio vlog, confirmed. But let's go, let's get out there, and hopefully this could give you some ideas if you are also feeling a bit stale at this time of year of what you could do to remedy that. Pretty sure people make entire careers out of unboxing toys. Oh my god. And a polar bear.
The next station is Vancouver City Centre.
So cute. It's so angry looking. Which one is this? It's the yakisoba bread. It's got an egg on its head and it's so cute. Wow. So hungry. Wow. The bunny whisperer. That's okay. I'm enjoying the show.
I don't have it motivated. Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's no.
They're smart.
They've done this before.
Yeah.
Hello guys, it is Friday, February 10th. Today I am taking my second weekend day of the week, so no work for me today, maybe, we'll see, because I am going to get some tattoos today. Did you say something? Did you say something? Oh, okay, all right, I'll keep that in mind. So yeah, I'm pretty much like on track for one-ish every 2 months, so 6 tattoos in a year, not too bad. Everybody always jokes, oh, what are you gonna do? You're gonna run out of space soon. We'll see about that. You don't want me to leave, baby? You want me to stay? You want me to stay? Yeah. Yeah. So the artist that I am going to be hanging out with today is named Felix. He is a tattoo artist who goes by Warm Bones over on Instagram, so be sure to go drop by and check out his work. Still a junior artist, but I always like collaborating with people who are up and coming. My personal preference of style of tattoo is what I call illustrative tattoos. I don't know if there's like a better word for it exactly, but the way that I describe it is like, do you have your own illustrative style, and if so, you're just kind of doing that as a tattoo rather than trying to imitate something realistic or something traditional, you know, along those lines. Yeah, so he's got this quirky illustrative style, and I'm going to add a couple of bats to my collection. At least one. We'll see how the second one goes depending on how long everything takes, but to be totally honest, the struggle has been real again this week. The espresso, the noggin sloggin is back in full swing, so I've been kind of just accomplishing the bare minimum of what it is that I need to do this week, which I'm trying to give myself a pat on the back for, but hopefully with the trip that we took on Tuesday to kind of get into the house and see some stuff, and with my personal day today, getting tattooed, a little bit of that pain therapy as it were, I'm hoping that I can lift myself out of it, because Mark keeps saying, oh, it's normal to feel this way, it's just part of life. And as much as I respect that, I can't stand it. So hopefully this will be the cure that I need, and yeah, we'll see how tomorrow starts. Welcome back to my apartment. My tattoo is done. My week of R&R, which was really just 2 days off on different days during the week, has come to a close, and I thought that a fun way to finish up this video would be to do a tattoo tour. This is something that's been requested ever since I had like 5 tattoos, but I just counted them all and I have 21. So if you're not interested in the meat museum portion of this video, feel free to jump ahead to the time that is listed here. But yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna go in chronological order from when I got them and tell you a little bit about each as we go along. Okay, let's start with my first tattoo. This is a fruit and vegetable collection. This was done by, I know that he changed his name. His last name is Tsutsumi. I will be posting everyone's handles either up in the video or down in the description below if you're interested in checking out the artists. I described that I wanted a woodcut style collage of fruits and vegetables. Each one represented a member of my family, And that was the idea for my first tattoo, because I feel like it's just easier to gateway yourself into getting lots of tattoos by getting one tattoo that's really meaningful, and then from there you go on. And I think I was about 19 or 20 when I got this tattoo, so it's about 10 years old now. It's held up really well. I'm quite impressed, and yeah, I did have to get it in 2 sittings because I guess it was too painful or it was taking too long, or I didn't have enough money to do it all in one. I don't really remember now. My next tattoo is my Don't Panic tattoo. This is by someone who I don't believe tattoos anymore. The style was hand poke, so stick and poke or whatever you want to call it these days. This was definitely my most painful tattoo. It's the reason why I would never get another hand poke tattoo. It just hurt way, way, way too much. But this is an homage to The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which is my favorite book. Douglas Adams' writing is so irreverent, and it just really well encapsulates my personal feelings towards the world, and it's a really good reminder to just not panic. My third tattoo is this little window into space here on my inside arm. This is also by somebody who I don't believe tattoos anymore, or at least I haven't seen them around lately. And this one was done by kind of like a junior artist, so there are some mistakes in the lines, and it hasn't aged like super, super well. But I still, the thing about tattoos is like, part of it is about capturing something that you love on your skin forever and having a cool piece of art, but it's also about like the experience, and every tattoo that I have, I remember the experience of getting the tattoo, and I remember this day being really nice. So, you know, design aside, I still look at it fondly amongst my collection. After that batch, I'm pretty sure there was a break of time where I didn't get very many tattoos, partially because I just wasn't sure if I wanted to be like a heavily tattooed person, partially because tattoos are very expensive, and you know, we live in that artist lifestyle, so we're out there doing our best. And I think it wasn't until 2018, which was 5 years ago, that I started to get more. I got 2 tattoos while I was visiting Toronto for the Toronto Comic Arts Festival in, I think it was 2018, one of which was this tiny little cat skull that I had on my wrist that was kind of symbolic of a cat who meant a lot to me and passed away, but I did get that a while after that she had passed away. And this one is by nic.tattoos. That is a friend of mine, a very cool person doing really cool stuff to this day. And this is so awkward, but the other tattoo that I got around this time was this row of snowdrop flowers around my ankle. This is by ajmartin.tattoos, who I believe still works out of the same place as nic.tattoos. And snowdrops are my favorite flowers, and I always had this vision of like they're growing out of my ankles and stuff, and like I sent a sketch for that design, and I think that if I could do it again, I would have like conceptualized it a little bit differently, but it's still really nice. I especially like it now that there are other tattoos around it, because it doesn't really feel like an ankle coil as much as it's just sort of part of the collage down there. And I'm a little bit fuzzy on the order of some of these from the last handful of years, so we'll do our best to try and remember. I believe the next one that I got was my Raccoon sleeve here, or half sleeve, I guess. This is by Choplogik, who is a very cool tattoo artist here in Vancouver, and they did a fantastic job. The prompt was like Raccoon, like holding some sort of magical object, and the one that we went to was just kind of a stone to keep it sort of vague. I got this one in January of 2020, which meant that right afterwards, kind of when I would have gone back for a follow-up appointment to get some color, the world shut down, and during that time I decided that I did just want to stick with black and gray tattoos all through my body. Partially it's because it doesn't hurt as bad, but to be honest, it's really nice to be able to look at everything that I have and have it all go really well together and never clash with anything that I'm wearing. Personal preference, of course. There's plenty of talented color tattoo artists that I can't get work from because it doesn't fit my style, but you gotta draw the line somewhere on my body. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think this next tattoo came before this one and was in November of 2019. And that is this little black cat design here. That was a flash piece from a Friday the 13th walk-in flash day, and I honestly was like, yeah, okay, why not? I'm downtown, I just walked over, strolled in, put my money on the table, 30 minutes later left with a tattoo, and I don't remember who the tattoo was by. I remember where it was from, I remember the experience. I'll try and find it out and put it in, but if I don't, sorry. My next 4 tattoos I got in 2020 2020/2021 while I was living in Ireland. Ireland was in and out of lockdowns really severely for the entire time that I was there, so I was kind of trying to get as many as I could when I could. We'll start with my little Kewpie coven, as I call it. I requested the Halloween-themed Kewpie dolls here dancing on my arm. So cute, I just love this one. And it was during that same session that I got this beetle tattoo under my knee, both from the same artist. I don't remember their handle offhand, but hopefully I can find it again on Instagram and link it there. But that was another cool experience. Honestly, at this point in my tattoo journey, I'm like, oh, I think that's cool, just slap it on there. But I do have a mix of flash and custom stuff, and both the Kewpie and the beetle were custom designs that I requested from the artist. My other two Ireland tattoos include my amazing thigh piece, which I had commissioned actually from one of my favorite artists whose handle is ohnosam. He is from Australia though, and he's not a tattoo artist, but I reached out to him and I said, hey, can I commission you for this design that I'm then gonna have tattooed by someone here in Ireland? He was like, yeah, sounds good, no big deal. So I asked for a slimy lady. He's really good at slimy ladies with art supplies where the slime is like paint basically. And I think he named it the Art Supplier, which I really like. And that piece was inked for me by Pucatatu over in Ireland, and I had such a nice time hanging out with him that I knew I wanted to come back and get something in his style that he designed. And so sometime later, that's when I returned to get this Magpie skeleton. Now he was like, I'm not sure if it's accurate, and I'm like, dude, I do not care, so if you are a ornithologist, please don't come at me. I think it's really adorable. It is my blackest fillest piece, I believe, and it is symbolic of my time in Ireland because the magpies that live there, we don't have those kinds of birds here in Canada. They're so cool and gorgeous, and that was the symbol that I chose for my stay in Ireland, which if you're interested at all, it's documented super heavily over on my Patreon through my newsletters and sketchbook tour videos there. So if you are interested in that saga of my life during the lockdown and the pandemic, you can go over there and check that stuff out. Now back in Canada, this is when I just started ramping the tattooing up because the pandemic made me realize life is too short not to just live it to the fullest. I believe the first piece that I got when I got back was my haunted house piece here. And this is by an artist named Chelseydoestattoos, again here in Vancouver. And I asked her to do something outside of her comfort zone. She draws a lot of animals, but this was a building, and she totally knocked it out of the park. I helped a little bit with the design, but I'm really happy with how it came out. And again, Chelsea's just so nice. It was such a good experience that I ended up going back later, but we will get to that in just a moment, because I believe the next tattoo I have to mention is my mushroom leg piece. This one is very ambitious. I think it's one of my biggest pieces that I have. I've been really interested in getting bigger pieces lately. They're mostly culinary mushrooms, but again, it's just a decorative addition to the collage, honestly. And this one was done by whimsical.walnut, also here in Vancouver. Back over to Chelsea. I decided I wanted Chelsea to give me a piece that was a little bit more in the vein of the stuff that she usually does, so I asked her to do one of her fawn pieces of flash on me. And wow, this spot is so painful. I was really surprised that the back of the calf had that much feeling in it. The next batch, I'm getting a little bit foggy about when I got these. I got a lot of tattoos in 2022. On the back of my arm here, you can see my Yotsuba. This was definitely in the summer because it was a sweaty and warm day when I had it done. Isn't she just a joy? Yotsuba is one of my favorite anime manga series. There's just something so joyful about it and so funny. Honestly, it's so funny. Maybe it's just me, but I wanted that little reminder to just take life a little less seriously, so that's kind of what that represents. And that is done by soo.zy here in Vancouver as well. Super nice, highly recommend. I also have my little bat here. This is done by Bird Witch Tattoo, who is over in Victoria on Vancouver Island. Iconic style, super cartoony, super cute. She only does flash, so this is a piece from her flash, and I think that the placement is so nice because it's just smiling out at the world all the time. This was also in the summer. This is my goat tattoo by 60 Jams, another extremely talented tattooist here in Vancouver who came over from Toronto, I believe. They relocated from over there. This was a custom. I sent a sketch and they did a pretty good job of kind of taking my sketch and putting it into their style. And originally I was going to get this on my arm, but the piece was just a little bit too detailed that I kind of felt like it just wasn't gonna fit super well there, so I ended up moving it to my leg. Next up, let's talk about these blueberries. Oh my god, aren't they cute? One of my favorites. don't tell them I said that for sure, because I get to look at it every single day and they're just so funny. This was a great experience. This was with Pure Foolery, who is just blowing up on Instagram these days. Tons of great flash. This was a flash piece. Definitely keep an eye on their work because they're gonna start getting very popular, I assure you. And this one was like so not painful. Like most of my tattoos really weren't that bad, but this one in particular was like a shrug. The forearm is a pretty hardy spot, I gotta say. Shortly thereafter, I got this web tattoo who was from an artist that was visiting from France, and so that was an opportunity that I wanted to seize, hence why I ended up getting two at basically, like I think it was 2 weeks apart or something. And this was a custom piece. They had a lot of really cute flash, but the ones that I really wanted got booked before I had a chance to, so I thought, hey, I want a spiderweb tattoo, like they have this really cool branch style, and then throw a little spider on there. What's not to love? And now, on to the very last one, which has been in front of you all this time, and in fact, you saw me get in my December Vlogmas series. This is my Caterpede from Fugitive, who is another amazing, talented local creator. Her style is like, if you like cute animals, but also you like creepy, awesome stuff, she can do both, and so I feel that this tattoo just perfectly encapsulates those two aesthetics, which is something that I think represents me pretty well, and so I gave it top billing on my previously empty right forearm, so now I get to look at it all the time when I'm drawing. Truly, I am blessed to be covered in so much awesome art. And with the tattoo that I got yesterday, that's all of them. At this point, I'm on a mission to fill her up, honestly. I really enjoy getting tattoos. I think that they represent kind of like an ownership of my meat prison, and they're a lot of fun, and I get to support really awesome artists who are out there doing their own thing, and I look pretty good doing it. So if you have any questions about tattoos, about these tattoos, about artists, about etiquette, I mean, I don't know that much about etiquette because I'm just a little guy who goes and gets tattoos, but let me know, drop a comment, I'd be happy to talk more about tattoos with you. And that's it for my action-packed introvert adventure this week. Thank you so much for joining me on this little side quest, I guess, from the studio vlogs that I usually do. It is that time in the video where I ask you to please like it if you liked it, I guess. Subscribe if you want to see some more. And for this week's comment prompt, why don't you let me know which of my tattoos speaks to you the most? I'm very biased in that I love all of my tattoos equally. I could never choose amongst my children, but that is a problem that you don't have, so let me know which one is your favorite. I will be back with you all next Sunday where we're going to be talking about comics. I have a new project on the go and I've been working on it secretly in the background. I will be telling you all about that next Sunday. Have an amazing week, and if you can, get out there and go on an adventure. I highly recommend it.